Alright, hello software. Welcome to another object-oriented programming video. So if you remember in the last video, we talked about how we can take objects and kind of model them in code using classes. Alright, so in this video, we're going to take it to the next level in drawing relationships between classes through something called inheritance. And inheritance is a very, very big idea and very, very important in Java. So be sure you make a solid understanding of this and be sure to ask questions if you need to. So I woke up today morning and I was like, you know what? You know, a good thing to do today? Why don't I model in software all the hangers I have in my house, right? So I went gathering all my hangers, and I have these three different versions. I have this wire hanger, I have this kind of white plastic hanger, and I have this really fancy felt hanger that pivots at the top. Super fancy, right? So I have these three types of hangers, and I'm going to want to kind of model them in code. So why don't we use the skills we did learn last video and try to do that. So I'm going to make a new file, and I'm going to call it, I'll start with the felt one. So felt hanger dot Java. Alright, so it auto generates a public class felt hanger, and like we did last time, let's give it some attributes, right? So I'm going to make so it's felt, so I'm going to say it can pivot around, so I'm going to say boolean can pivot equals true. Right? I'm going to give it some basic hanger characteristics, right? So for your hanger, you can put clothes on it. And for this method, I'm just going to print out clothes are hanging on me, right? And then I can also remove clothes from a hanger, right? So I'm gonna make another method that says system.out.print, and then clothes are not hanging on me, right? Two simple methods, right? And a special characteristic that this felt hanger can kind of pivot around. Okay, so that's the felt hanger. Let's go over to our white plastic one. Let's try to model this one. So I'm gonna make another class, new file. I'm gonna call this plastic hanger dot Java, right? And what makes this one special is that well, it's made of plastic. So I'm gonna say is plastic equals true. And then I'm going to go over here and copy all these methods we made that are generic to a hanger. I'm just going to copy it over here, and voila, we're done with our plastic hanger class. Right? I'm going to call this good enough. There's of course more characteristics, but I'm going to call this good enough. Right? And let's make our final file, our final class for our wire hanger dot Java. Right? And this wire hanger, it's flexible. And it's made of metal, right? So I'm gonna make a boolean is metal equals true. Make another one, boolean is flexible equals true. And then I'm gonna go over here and copy the two methods we had for the generic hanger. Okay. So I made three hangers, right? But I'm sure if I look hard enough, I'll be able to find more and more different types of hangers. And when making these classes, right, copying these two methods over, or if I want to add more common hanger characteristics over and over again throughout my code, is really redundant and it's kind of sloppy, right? Because if I want to add another characteristic of a general hanger, I have to go through every single class I make for a hanger and add that piece of code in. And that's not good, right? We need to make our code as readable, as easy to use, and as elegant as possible, right? So how are we going to do this? We're going to use something called inheritance. So the way we do this is we're going to go over here and make a new file, right? And we're going to call this hanger.java, just a generic hanger, right? And in this generic hanger, we're going to store all the methods that are common between all of the hangers, okay? So, and of course in this plastic hanger, we have these put clothes and remove clothes. So I'm going to copy this over and paste it in here, right? So now the generic hanger class has the two methods we have for all hangers, right? And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to one of our hanger classes, remove these two methods, and what I'm going to say extends hanger, right? So what extends hanger does is it inherits the methods that the hanger class has, right? And then in this relationship is called a parent-child class relationship. The wire hanger is the child class, and it inherits the characteristics of the parent class hanger.java. Okay, I'm gonna just do the same thing for all the other ones. Sorry, so I can remove these two methods and inherit the parent hanger class, so it extends hanger, right? And I'm going to do it for the felt hanger, so I can remove all of this, and I'm going to say extends hanger. Okay, so say I want to, oops. There we go, yeah. Sometimes you have to save a file before it kind of recognizes, if you ever kind of walk into that. So say I want to add more characteristics to my general hanger. So well, before I would have to like go through every single hanger class I have and add that piece of code. Now I can just go to hanger and say I want to add another method called hang in closet, right? And I'm gonna give it. Oops, sorry, we don't know public yet. Make another one called hang in closet. I'm gonna say println is hanging in closet, right? And just like that, this method is now accessible to every single method or every single class that extended the hanger class. Just to show you this works, right? I'm gonna go over to our main method, inheritance example, and I'm gonna use kind of what we learned last time and bring our objects to life using instantiation. Right? So instantiation is just this. So felt hanger. I'm gonna call it hanger equals new felt hanger. Remember, if you remember this from last video, right? And I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call one of felt hanger's methods. So if I do hanger dot, you will see right over here we have methods that are of the parent class, right? So if you go directly into felt hanger, of course we only have the boolean can pivot, but if we do hanger dot, we have access to things like hanging closet, or we have access to things like hook clothes, right? Methods that are defined by the parent class. And just to show you this works, right? If I give it a run, we have is hanging in closet and clothes are hanging on me, as defined by these two methods, right? So that's inheritance. I would recommend you try to find some other thing inside your house that has many different versions and try to replicate what I did here with inheritance, right? So that's it for this video. Let me know if you have any questions. Be sure to use the software chat, and I'll see you in a bit.